Oh yeah, we got trailers. NERDSoul. Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? Today, oh yeah, we're about to get into another wonderful episode of Droppin' Jewelz. Now, I know we got to one yesterday, but Saturday is going on, and we're going to get this real quick because there's so many trailers dropping that we just can't cover them all. But let's talk Jumanji, which is a trailer that's been getting a lot of talk lately, whether you feel one way about it or feel the other. Me, I'm pretty cool on it. I'm pretty cool. You get this kind of basic high school intro. It's got a Breakfast Club vibe where you got these four kids. You know, they've been in trouble. They're going to have to serve detention. Being a child that has served detention before, Saturday detention, after school detention, in school suspension, I apologize, Mama. I know that cleaning up game is real. Look, outside of the movie, I think Saturday detention and after school detention is like a racket created by all the custodians in high schools across the world to get kids to do the work, you know, to give them a little break. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to back up off that because we got a trailer to get to. So in this trailer, you see them kind of get together. Of course, kids that normally wouldn't hang together in real life. They're kind of forced in this situation in detention. You know, you got the nerdy kid. You got the girl who's kind of like off to herself. You got the girl that's super pretty and like very, very high maintenance. And then you got the sports jock. They're cleaning around and they find this video game that looks like a budget PS1. But they plug the game into the TV. They start reading. He's like, oh, it's a game called Jumanji, blah, blah, blah. They play it and they get sucked into there after choosing their avatars, which I think is very interesting if this is tied to the first movie. Because, you know, I don't really know much about what's going on in this film except what we've seen. But I'm wondering if there's a larger lore around Jumanji where maybe some, you know, magician or some, you know, I don't know, kind of like warlock or something created this game in different forms and kind of used it as a way to, you know, trick kids into getting locked into his world or something. Like, maybe I'm going way too far with this, but it would be cool if this game existed in different forms for some grand reason, because we know we have the board game, even though I'm not sure if this is tied to the original movie. But if it is, we have the board game, now we have an electronic game. It would be interesting to see what kind of forms of media this takes on and ways to get people kind of trapped in this world. But this trailer is funny. I wasn't originally expecting that with all of the messages that I got of people really, really not being too keen on this, but I laughed quite a lot. And I think that this is a movie that can serve a specific purpose. But let me remind you that you can find me on Black Hollywood Live, the first online network for African Americans. Yo, you can check out blackhollywoodlive.com, and they've got celebrity interviews, after shows, sports talk, geek, nerd, tech, all that. And when you're done from that, come back here, check out some of that youtube.com/blackhollywoodlive. So with all the funny stuff that's going on and, you know, the crazy situations and, you know, kids not being who they are, but maybe being who they wish they were. And, you know, kind of like this identity crisis. I think we've got a fertile ground for a great comedy. And of course, you know, these kids are going to learn a lesson. You know what I'm saying? The first Jumanji, those kids learned a lesson. So will these. So my question to you is, are you excited for Jumanji? I won't say that I'm over the hills, that I'm hyped, but I do think this is a movie that I'll get some enjoyment out of. I think this is a movie that I can watch, laugh a little bit, see The Rock and Kevin Hart play off each other, see Jack Black and his crazy self, you know, and see all of these situations kind of like revolve around their insanity inside of a world that's just, you know, topsy-turvy. I will say one thing, while you guys are hitting me with these comments, I'm very interested to know if you think that we'll see the hunter from the first Jumanji. I'm thinking that we will. I'm not sure that we will. If you know that we will, holler at me. I'm going to holler at you down in the comments. Let me know. But I think the hunter with, you know, the mustache and the big musket or whatever, I think we're going to see him in this. Hopefully. Maybe. Possibly. Anyway. Jumanji, if you don't like it, it's coming anyway. But let's go on and move on because we got a little Death Note to talk about. So, next up. Well, we've seen a brand new trailer from Netflix for the Death Note film. Now, real quick to catch you guys up, if you didn't know what Death Note was before this trailer, Death Note was a manga, got turned into a live action film. In Japan, I believe they're like on their 4th or 5th film now. I believe the 4th film. And that's where I got turned on to it. I saw I think the first live action film. Oh, and it's been an anime as well. But I saw the first live action film and I was just really intrigued about like the atmosphere and the tone and the lore that's set up behind this Death Note. And that's what really grabbed me. So this film is a new adaptation. I guess you could say the American version. And the movies that have come before it have already set this tone, and the anime have already set this tone of like this like grim look. And I think that this trailer is still pushing that forward. Like you look at this trailer and it's like, wow, this kid is disturbed. And speaking of disturbed, we have Willem Dafoe creepy as ever. And I think that it's that creepiness that takes this sort of child or kid that at one point may have been noble, you know, saying that, you know, we can stop all crime and stuff like this, but it definitely turns him into a bad person. I think it's fair to say that. But Death Note is not without its antagonist and protagonist. And you see them clash. You see in this trailer, you see the conference or press conference, kind of just talking about whoever's doing these murders, how they're doing these murders. You see the death god, Willem Dafoe. I'll save that for you guys to see in the trailer, which is in the link below. And you just get a look at this crazy world that this book can kind of push forward in the wrong hands, or maybe in any hands. You know, would this book corrupt anyone? Because like you see in the trailer, the kid's like, oh, we can stop crime and we can, you know, help people. And it kind of turns. Why? Because a book like this is a slippery slope. Because it's like, no matter what your intent is, I think power like this could easily change you, because it's not like a situation where, say you're a superhero and you still have to do something. Like you can take someone's life with the stroke of a pen, and that's another level of power. That's like, you know, of course, the death god is godlike power, and it's very interesting to see this kind of go on and play out in this man's head. Once again, even though, you know, we've seen it on the anime, we've seen it in other live action films, I can't get enough Death Note. I really can't. Ever since I first saw it, I was like, wow, this is an amazing detective story. This is a really cool dichotomy between the good and the bad and what is gray and how gray is gray. So guys, I'm very interested. Let me know down in them comments, if you found the Death Note, would you destroy it? Would you keep it? Would you lock it away? Or would you use it? Me, I probably, if I super couldn't destroy it, I'd lock it away at the bottom of the Marianas Trench or something like that, deep, so Jacques Cousteau couldn't even find it. But anyway, guys, holla at me. I'm gonna holla at you. Get down in the comments. Let's talk some Death Note. I'm pretty psyched for it. Willem Dafoe is creepy. So anyway, we got InHumans. Next up is the InHumans trailer, and boy, oh boy, is Maximus the star of this. Like we saw before in the original teaser, you heard his voice. In this, you get to see him taking a kind of like a front row seat to the, I guess you could say, coup that's about to happen in his own royal family. Now, if you didn't know about InHumans, InHumans are a superhuman version of humans that were kind of like experimented on by aliens. They ended up going to the moon. They've been on the moon. That's where they be at. And they are led by their king, Black Bolt. And when you have a royal family, just like any other show with a royal family, it's not always peaches and cream. Sometimes there's a little trouble in paradise. And like Maximus is saying, it's not going to be too long until the humans find us up here. So he's like, look, we got Earth. And he's talking to the other Inhumans. He's like, yo, we got Earth. Why don't we just go down there and live there? Matter of fact, we can take it. It's, you know, they can't stop us. You know what I'm saying? And you got Black Bolt, who of course cannot speak due to his power. And you can tell that he's not too keen on it. Him and his brother are beefing right now over this specific issue. And in the trailer, you can see both sides like kind of coming at Black Bolt. And I think it's Gorgon who tells him, but you know, he's like, hey, you know, you're gonna have to deal with your brother because you know he's trying to pull a coup, right? But poor Black Bolt, he's just too caring. But let's step back from that and look at this show as a whole. Marvel is rolling the dice on this. There's a lot of quality in this. They're shooting it in IMAX. They're going to release it in theaters for, I believe, the first 2 episodes, I think. Either 1 or 2 episodes. I want to say it's 2, but I can't remember. But the quality level and the set design and the makeup and stuff, you can see that they want this to be a hit. And from the teaser trailer, or I guess the full trailer that we have now, I'm kind of on board. I like where we're going with this kind of royal family drama that we have. You have, like, you know, these 2 brothers that they ain't feeling each other. You know, you got Medusa seeming like she's locked in the middle. And it's family drama like that drives the show. And all we are doing is kind of draping the Inhumans over it. And I think we're going to be in for a treat. And also, as someone like me who's never read Inhumans, the only, I guess, opening I have to Inhumans is Black Bolt and what I've seen him in the rest of the MCU. So I know Black Bolt, I know Lockjaw, but that's it. I don't know the rest. So for this will not only be entertaining, but also a learning experience, and also like kind of like a door opening to the world of the Inhumans that I've never been involved in. And I'm kind of psyched. I'm kind of psyched to see where this goes. I might have to go back and grab those issues. I think Joe Mad did some issues like back in 08 or something like that. I can't remember. But anyway, I think this might be a good jumping on point for you guys to get interested if you're intrigued by this trailer. And if you are, holla at me. I'm gonna holla at you. Let's get down in the comments and let's talk about Inhumans. What do you think? Are you psyched for this? Are you gonna try to see it in the theater when it comes out? And do you think that this has a lot of life? Do you think that this show has legs? Do you think that show can last? And if the answers to those questions are yes, you must be excited, because I am too. I think this trailer did it for me. I'm definitely tuning in, at least for the first 2 or 3 episodes. I'm there. I'm very psyched to see what's going on with this because it looks like quality. So before I bounce, I've got to remark on Lockjaw. In the comics, he doesn't look like all that. He's just big and mean in the comics, but it's kind of cute. Kind of want a Lockjaw. I don't know if he could like fit in my car, or I don't know if I could take him to the dog park, but kind of want a Lockjaw, just a little bit. But anyway, I got to bounce, and you got to get to your Saturday, so get moving, man. But before you get moving, hit up ThatNERDSoul.com. That's right. Check out all my videos from the oldest, the newest, latest, greatest, and all that. Then hit up shop.thatnerdsoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt, player. And don't forget one for them playettes. Then come back here, like, comment, subscribe, and share that Nerd Soul. That's right. There is no better way that I can tell you like what you are watching by showing them that. And my shout outs go to LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And please, man, be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. And please, 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 if you ever find a death note, don't write in it. Suck you down, man. It'll suck you down. It'll suck your soul down. You don't want to get in that drama. I'm telling you. It starts off good and it ends off bad. But that's pretty much it. Much love, y'all. Peace.